They're on the right now? Yes. So you'll have, the switches are, okay, they're on there. Right, so just switch there. Give it a quick test when you get a second.
Is just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a fool, I need no strength, because I'm easy come. Easy go, little high. Anyway, the wind knows doesn't really matter to me.
Hey Ray, the boys are marching in. We are the champions.
Goodbye, everybody. I've got to Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the our banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it! We will rock you. I'll take my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, committed no crime. And that mistakes I've made a few. I've had my share and kicked my bed.
Hello, North Country soccer fans, and welcome to the George Brendler Field in Chazy. What a beautiful night to come out again to celebrate another championship in Chazy. I will tell you, as I left the driveway today, driving up here, and these lights were on again in mid-November, it was a very magical moment, as it is for all of us, to see these lights back on in mid-November, because we know what that means. It means Chazy, whether it's boys or girls, have brought back another state championship to Chazy. And we know why we're here, but before I get to that, I want us to make sure that we give a big hand to the Lady Eagles on the wonderful season that they had. We were down at that game in Potsdam, and the Lady Eagles played a very hard, strong match against Madrid Waddington. There was very little separation between those two teams. And as you move on into the playoffs, sometimes it's just very little that can separate you. But so the girls, they probably do know this, but Madrid Waddington lost in overtime to 4-Ann 2-1. And then the team that beat 4-Ann lost 1-0 in the state championship. So you were that close to being crowned a state champion yourself. So congratulations on a wonderful, wonderful season. Only in Chazy, when I look out here to see the people that have come out here tonight to honor these champions behind us, this is the 9th time, as far as the boys program goes, that we've made this trip. And I can tell you, and I'm sure you'll all agree, it doesn't get old. Does it? So, without further ado, I want to give you the coach, record-setting coach, Rob McAuliffe, who has the most victories, state championships, out of all of New York State High School. Am I correct? Rob McAuliffe.
Thank you so much. Again, as Joey said, thank you for all coming out tonight. There's a lot of people to thank, obviously. Joey for one, and Lee Barcombe for their voice on Wiry. I know a lot of people listen to that at home and all over. I know we talked about how a former player of mine, Nathan Briette, was listening to it on his boat off in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Africa. And the joke was, how could he get internet, how could he get service from there? So he said he hugged the African coastline so he could listen and get updates from the game. But and also too, with Lee Barcombe and I think it's his brother Casey updating everyone on Twitter. So many people were telling me that that's how they kept track of the game. There was also, I know all of you, we had like 3 different locations of where we were going to play and what time on Saturday. It was constantly changing. And we had the funny thing where the New York State headquarters in Albany were following the Chazy Soccer Twitter account to find out where we were going to be playing our game. They didn't know, and Lee Barcombe was updating them on where we were going to play. So I thank all of those guys. And I don't know what to say. Everyone always asks, like, you know, is it different? Is it, how is it after winning, you know, again? But what people don't understand is this is a group of different boys, and they are special. And I've always said that as much as I get excited about winning the state championship, as I've said before, it is always hard because even on that state championship day and win, it is still our last game. And I do love being with them every day. And I feel so fortunate to, you know, to tell people that I'm their coach. And I just am so thankful that I get to spend time with your sons and be around them and watch them grow up. Some of them maybe not too much growing up yet, but I am just so thankful for all of you and all of them. You know, they're just a great bunch of boys who always got along throughout the year and throughout the season. And if you watch those two games on Saturday and Sunday, I think we were the better team. But I think everyone, I don't care if you're a Marathon fan or a Mount Academy fan, I think the one thing that everyone could say that we just played harder than anyone else did. So maybe we were more talented, maybe, yep. But I also think there was something to be said about kids growing up in this North Country and having good parents and a good community that believes in them, and for them to go and just play harder and want it more than anyone else that they played against. And I think that goes to say a lot about our little town that we live in, and that we help raise great kids. And so moms and dads, you should all be very proud of your boys. So I'd like to introduce the team. Captain and Senior Hayden King. He's just annoyed he had to go to hockey practice today. That's all. Senior Matt Parent. Sophomore and Final Four MVP Riley Hansen. Junior Noah Martin. Senior McLean Dudiak. Junior and 25 stitches later, Heath Lucas. Sophomore Patrick Dwyer. Sophomore Colby Drake. Junior Jesse Blaze. Junior Gabe Huckrow. Junior Jack Sweet. Junior Connor McCarthy. Senior Josiah Bouchard. Sophomore Tanner Connors. Senior Aiden Huckrow. Senior Bruce Juno. Jordan, wave to the crowd. Possible broken wrist, Jordan Rattel. Senior Preston Lauren. Senior Alex Chapman. Senior goalkeeper Ben Norcross. Senior captain and all-state player Justin Collins. And senior captain and also all-state player Tristan Connors. Again, I just want to thank you all. We'll have a picture here in a minute. You can all take a picture with the boys, but I think every one of you, I see so many of you here who don't have a son up here, and who are, you know, brave the cold to come out here, and that means a lot to me. It means a lot to them to see all of you. But I also want to thank a couple other people that helped me so much throughout this season, and I've always said I get way too much credit for a lot of these wins. But my assistant coaches, John Trigan, Craig Bodden, and Josh Barrier. I also want to thank Corey Thompson over there, because if it wasn't for him, I think Heath may not have played the whole game on Saturday. So I also want to thank our new interim superintendent, Mark Besson, who drove all the way down there and watched on Saturday, so I appreciate him. And I also want to thank our AD, Brian Norcross, who sat next to me for many of these games. I did find it funny, over these last few years, I don't know why he was so much more nervous these last 3 years than any time before it, but Brian, I do thank you as well, too. Again, I thank all of you, and I do also want to, one more I want to mention is I do want to thank all the varsity girls. So many of you took the time this weekend to come all the way down to Middletown, and the boys do really appreciate it and are very thankful for all of you. The girls team was just a wonderful group of girls this year that was, like I said, very easy to root for, and it was really hard to see them end the season last week, but they had a wonderful season. But lastly, again, I just want to thank you all for coming. I'm very proud of these boys. I know you are too. Chazy's not a very big town, and we don't have a whole lot here, but we can say that we're really proud of the kids that we produce and the kids that we have in our school, and we're really proud of our school and our community, and of course our soccer too. So, thank you.
So you guys are able to come out and take pictures of the players, feel free.
Go,